Hey everybody, JCamMan99 here, and today we're going to do a little bit of election preview for you. So in a lot of election preview videos, you'll see people go through each state and be like, well, this is what I think is going to happen in each state. We're basically going to do the same thing except with a little bit of a twist. We're going to actually look at the Congressional House of Representatives representation for each state, and based on which one has more Democrats and which one has more Republicans, we will apply the same winner for all thing for each state. So let's learn by example. So let's take a look at the congressional makeup of Alabama. There are 7 representatives in Alabama. 6 of them are Republican, 1 of them is Democrat. So on our map, that means we're going to make Alabama Republican. See how we did that? Okay, so let's keep going. Alaska, there's only 1 representative for Alaska, and it is Republican. So we are going to make Alaska Republican. Now, a lot of these won't be surprises, but I just want to see like how much the representation actually meets what will happen. So, okay, so here's a good one. Arizona, a toss-up state, apparently. It's gone Republican several years. Let's take a look at the makeup of Congress in Arizona. We have 9 representatives. 5 of them are Democrats. 4 of them are Republicans. So it's 5-4. So guess what that means? That means Arizona be blue, based again on how the congressional representation is. So let's go to Arkansas, all Republicans. So we're going to make Arkansas red. California, I'm not going to count it, but I think we can eyeball it. Looks pretty blue to me. So we're going to make California blue. This is taking a little bit longer than I expected it to, but I think it's worth it. All right, so in Colorado, ooh, look at this. 4 Democrats, 3 Republicans. So it's Democrat, but not by much. See, this is where it gets interesting. Some of these states are going to be obvious, but others not so much. Connecticut's all blue, so it's going to be blue. Delaware only has 1, and it's blue, so it's going to be blue. And I mean, the reason I'm not counting senators, even though senators are counted on the map, but think about it, like it's based on population, so it really doesn't matter what the senator count is at all. Okay, so Florida, another big state. So, and I might actually have to count this. So let's see, there's 27. So let's count the Republicans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. 14 Republicans, there's 27, so I know there's 13 Democrats. So barely Florida is Republican. See how I'm doing that? Whoops. I don't know what happened there. See, I'm not being biased at all. I'm going strictly by numbers. So I'm not like thinking, oh, maybe it should be this way, maybe it should be that way. No, I'm going strictly by what the data is telling me. Georgia. 14, but I'm counting only 10, or excuse me, 4 Democrats. So Georgia is Republican. If it wants to be selected as Republican. Okay. Hawaii has 2 Democrats, so we're going to go with, yeah. So then the next state, Idaho, has 2 Republicans, so Idaho is Republican. Now, if by some chance it's going to be split, I will leave it as split. Like, I won't mark it as a color. I'll mark it as a toss-up, which is the color it currently is on the map. All right. Illinois looks pretty Democratic to me. All right. Did I miss a state? I don't think I did. Idaho, Illinois, and then we're up here back to the top. Okay. Indiana. Only 2 Democrats, so Indiana is Republican. Iowa. Oh, here we go, guys. Iowa. 3 Democrats, 1 Republican. So this is big. This is our first change. Iowa will be Democrat. Everybody see how I did that? Based on the representation. Huh, now that is interesting. So I guess, now why does Iowa only have 4? Okay, I answered my own question because of the 2 senators. So see, we're learning as we're going along here. Kansas. Wow. 3 Republicans, 1 Democrat. Kansas is Kentucky, only 1 Democrat. Kentucky's such an interesting state because the governor is Democrat, but obviously it's got to go Republican. Louisiana, almost all Republican. It's got to go Republican. Maine has 2 Democrats, so we're going to go Democrat for all 4 congressional districts because of the way that it's split. Now, if Nebraska is split with its districts, we will also split the districts here on the map. We'll wait till we get there. Maryland is almost all Democrats, so Democrat. Massachusetts is literally all Democrat. Look at that. So that's going to be Democrat. Michigan, okay, another toss-up state. 14 Congress people. So let's count the Republicans. And there's 1 Libertarian, which of course means that there will be an odd number, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 Republicans, 1 Libertarian, and then 7 Democrats. So because of that, we're going to say Democrat. All right. Minnesota. A little bit more Democrat than Republican, so we're going to go Democrat. But as you can see, like when you have to stop and think about it, then that's where you're like, okay, maybe we got some toss-ups going on here. Mississippi, 3 Republicans, 1 Democrat. We're going Republican. All right, Missouri. Only 2 Democrats, so Republican for Missouri. Okay, Montana, 1 Republican, so it'll be Republican. Nevada, 3 Democrats and a Republican, so it'll be Democrat. New Hampshire, another toss-up. But look at that, 2 Democrats, so it'll be Democrat. And we're not even close to 270 yet. Sorry. Jersey, almost all Democrats, so we're going to go Democrat. New Mexico, all Democrats, so kind of an easy choice there. Democrat. Okay, and then New York. As you can see, almost all Democrat. A few Republicans in there, but not that many. So New York is Democrat, and my home state. A little closer there for Biden, but not yet. Okay, North Carolina. This one, people are talking about this one turning blue. However, there are only 2 Democrats and 5 Republicans. So we are going to keep this Republican. Or wait a minute. I messed up there because there's a continuation of North Carolina seats, but as you can see, they're still all Republicans, so it doesn't really matter. North Dakota is only Republican, so Republican. Ohio, another big state, another 16. So let's see. Looks like it's pretty Republican, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Only 4 Democrats in Ohio. So, fairly easily here, this one's going to be Republican. You would think a toss-up state would have a little bit more differentiation there, but not in this case. Oklahoma, yep, only 1 Democrat, so Republican. Oregon, almost all Democrats, so we'll make that Democrat. And then we're down to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has 18 congressional representatives in the House of Representatives. So let's count the Republicans because they're first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now let's count the Democrats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's even. So therefore, we're actually going to leave Pennsylvania as a toss-up, and we're going to move on. Rhode Island, 2 Democrats. We're going to make it Democrat. Come on. There you go. So yeah, again, we're leaving Pennsylvania blank. South Carolina, Republicans, only 2 Democrats, so we're going to make that Republican. South Dakota, only 1 Republican, so that'll be a Republican. Tennessee, only 2 Democrats, so Tennessee is going to be Republican. And then Texas. Okay, we might have to do a count here. Texas has 36 representatives. So we'll start with whoever's at the top, which is a Republican. Remember, the number to beat is 19 or above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. So I'll double check to make sure it's 14 for the Democrats, and then I will mark it as Republican. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In any case, I'm miscounting somewhere, but in any case, there's definitely more Republicans. So Texas will be red. Alrighty. So we'll move down to Utah, which is 3 Republican, 1 Democrat. So Utah will be Republican. Vermont is only 1 Democrat, so it'll be Democrat. Virginia, 11 representatives. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are Republican. So we will make Virginia Democrat. Then Washington, there's only 3 Republicans out of 10, so we're going to make Washington Democrat. West Virginia is all Republicans, so we will make that Republican. I missed Nebraska somehow, so we're going to have to go back. I don't know how I missed Nebraska, but we will go back. Okay, so Wisconsin. 1, 2, so there's 8 districts in Wisconsin, and there's only 3 Democrats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Republicans. So we are actually going to keep Wisconsin for the Republicans. All right, and then we're going to go over to Wisconsin, which has 1 representative of Republican, so Republican. And then we're going to find Nebraska. I don't know how I missed Nebraska before, but we will find it. No. Okay. Oh, and here's the big moment. Remember how I said this is the one where if there was a Democrat, I would do it by congressional districts? Well, look at that. They're all Republicans. So that makes the entire state Republican. Okay, so and up DC. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna make that Democrat because I don't think it's even ever gone Republican. So I got to be realistic on that last one. Um, and actually, that was kind of close. Now, if that would have been the thing that put it over, I might have actually not done it. But look at that. It all comes down to Pennsylvania. I can't declare a winner here. And again, I went by entire 100% the current layout of Congress. And with the current layout of Congress, we are unable to determine, after all of that, who is going to be the president. That's why I honestly do believe that in this election, it is going to come down to who wins Pennsylvania. I think it's as simple as that this year. Whoever wins Pennsylvania will win the presidency. So that's all I got on this one, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was informative for you because you don't see a lot of maps that look like this. You really don't. I mean, you see a lot of it, but like in terms of Iowa being blue, Wisconsin being red, probably not too many. So I hope this was a unique experience for you, and I hope you learned a little bit about each state and its representation. And finally, it also teaches you a little bit about gerrymandering too, because let's say this is not how it turns out, then that tells you like how the true representation of the state is not really being represented based on how they lay out the districts. So now granted, look, Democrats do it in their own state, Republicans do it in their states, so it's a bipartisan manipulation of the congressional districts, but it might teach you a little bit about how it's actually kind of done here. So all right, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do a couple more election videos probably before the actual election, so stay tuned for that. And I think the other ones will be a lot shorter than this one. This one was by far the longest one. Thanks a lot, guys, and take care.